Hello and welcome to a new episode of Aslan Live. In today's episode, we of course need to talk about Osimhen. What a signing! I'm just so happy that Osimhen is here right now, and what I don't have words, man. We waited so long for him, and that is finally true now. It's just so insane how loyal Osimhen was to us. It's just, yeah, it's hard to find some words. It's the biggest transfer in the Turkish football history, without a doubt. We had Mario Jardel 25 years ago, but not anywhere near this, I think. Osimhen is probably, I think he's top three striker in the world, for me at least. I don't know, it's maybe Haaland and yeah, Osimhen is just right up there, and it's just insane how we got him. I just want to thank Sayın Kavukçu, Sayın Dursun Özbek. Yes, they have their weaknesses, but in overall, what they have done for the club, Gardi, for example, it's just insane how much they worked for it. And I really liked what Sayın Kavukçu said, for example, that they didn't trust in us and or believe in us, and that's so true. I remember like the journalists said much about this transfer. No, it's not possible. You saw. Remember when we signed Osimhen? Many people were like, "Yeah, he's gonna leave in winter break. He's gonna leave in winter break." But what the fans has done for Osimhen to stay, what Okan Hoca has done, what the club has done, it's just showing how big we are. It's no joke at all, and that we can't sign him. And what Kavukçu is saying here, we did it. They didn't believe in us. We worked hard to find that money. We secured that source of these funds without selling anything. And that's so important. Because what many think is that, yeah, now Gala is bankrupt or anything. But it's Galatasaray has become a money machine. And it's just, our revenue is so high. It's just insane, and Kavukçu did a great job. Him and Gardi, what they have done in this signing on the Leroy Sané, can't thank them enough, because I don't think that was easy at all. Yes, they have done their mistakes, but in overall, it's just insane what they have done. And yeah, Galatasaray's resources have shown this strength. It's yeah, we're paying a portion up front. Within a year, we will have paid off the entire amount. So it's like he's saying, it's from the sponsors. So much of it. And I remember this also. What Sayın Kavukçu is saying. I invite those doing PR to deliver the figures they mention. I have seen it like some Turkish journalists were like, yeah, I'm gonna pay 2.5 million euros from my own pocket, and just in general, just don't talk too much. It's I know that, and Sayın Kavukçu is also saying here that Galatasaray doesn't need money from anyone. We don't expect anything. But it's the same people that were saying, and he said this also, that they said we talked much. They said we did PR. But in the end, it's the journalists in the overall that's doing the PR. It's coming out with fake news, saying things that are not true. So what they have done, this transfer seemed so impossible. To be honest, I didn't believe that we were going to sign him, because we remember the Al Hilal. This summer has been so much ups and downs. For example, when he was so close to signing for Al Hilal from the rumors. I remember like it was just a blown for all of us, but then he never signed, and I think Osimhen just stayed so loyal to us. He, from the rumors, he said that he only wanted us, and that's just so insane that he was linked to Juventus, Manchester United, Chelsea, PSG. Osimhen could have strengthened every team in the world. It's no joke. He could have gone to Real Madrid and played there. He is good enough for Real Madrid. Put him and Mbappe and Vinicius. I think Real Madrid would have been stronger. It's so strong player we have got right now. I'm still shocked, to be honest, that we got him, because I didn't believe it until he came on the airport, because it was so much back and forward. But in the end, I think Osimhen just stayed so loyal to us. He just waited for us, even if it was so tough. So, and Osimhen is a great person, man. I just love his personality. For example, here, going out of his car, taking photo with our disabled supporters. It just shows his character. Osimhen his character is, if you, I said this about Leroy Sané also, if you can build them up, I think they will perform. We saw it last year with Osimhen. Build them up, build up Leroy Sané, and they will be great, because our fans our fans is the best in the world in that sense right now, I think, at least. And I just think the fans did a huge job to get Osimhen. We shouldn't take that for granted either. And our club also, when they did that announcement with his daughter, it's just so genius. I don't know who came up with that, but that's just insane, that his daughter is saying Osimhen when he scored. It's just so, yeah, it's just insane how they thought about that. And I think all these small details really made up for what Osimhen wanted in the end. And yeah, it's just, I have no words. I can't wait to see him play for us with Leroy Sané, with Icardi, with Baruch, with Yunus. Our team right now, it's just looking so strong. Of course, we need some players here and there. And I'm really curious about how we're going to play with Osimhen and Icardi and Leroy Sané and Baruch Alper and Yunus Akgün. But as Okan Hoxha said, it's better to have that problem than to not have enough players. So, yeah, I just can't wait to see Osimhen back again. Now our player is just insane. Wow. Osimhen, it's just insane, man. And in the video, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a detail here I think it was a bit like a promo video about Osimhen. And the smiley detail in Osimhen's video, it's the tattoo of Ederson's on that shirt of Ederson's tattoo. So I don't think that's a coincidence, to be honest. And it looking like we are getting closer and closer to Ederson. And it's only, is it how many days left? Yeah, it's 9 days left until the season starts. So yeah, 8th of August. So we need a goalkeeper. That's for sure. Even though Gunay will do a great job, I think I trust in Gunay also. But I think the board just wanted this transfer done, Osimhen transfer, and then, start with the others, because our squad is so strong right now that we have that luxury to actually wait a bit more. I know we want the transfers in June or July, but again, our squad is so strong that we still can wait. But you never know with our club either. Suddenly we're getting, okay, we have been linked with Donnarumma, we have been linked with Ederson, we have been linked with Alisson. And if we then is getting, throwing out the name, Berke Özer, that would be a huge disappointment, to be honest. And I know that some wants Berke also because he's young, and we can trust also Gunnar in some senses. But from going from Ederson or Alisson or Donnarumma to, for example, Berke, that would be not good, I think. But I'm not sure who we're going for. How much money do we have left right now? And a fan asked Gardi, is the next transfer Donnarumma? And he said, we're trying. And I think he said that it was not in Turkey, when they were going to pick up Osimhen. I think it was in Germany. And what Gardi has done for us also, it's just insane. And I know that Gardi is earning money, of course. He's not doing this for free at all. But again, the players he has got for us, Icardi, Mertens, Torreira, Davinson Sanchez, Osimhen, probably I've forgotten many names, but to have to work with him, definitively, you see that he's paying up for us also. And I just love his and the team's mindset is just insane. Like, we got the world's best number 9, and he's not lying either. Osimhen is one of the best strikers in the world, for sure. Victor only wanted to come here. Galatasaray fans should be patient for bigger names. It's just showing that, he has... because these words are not coming directly from him. It's not Gardi who is deciding if we are going to be what type of club we are going to be. It's Sayan Kavocho, it's the board, it's Sayan Dursun Özbek. It is not like that Gardi is deciding that, because he's just working for us in that sense. And to say like we want to make Galatasaray the greatest club in the world, okay, maybe that's a bit unrealistic, but to try to aim there at least, and coming somewhere around there, for example, quarterfinals or semifinals in the Champions League, because it's so much more different right now with the social media than it was in 2013 when we played in the Champions League, when we came far in the Champions League in the quarterfinals. Because to be much bigger right now, to come into the quarterfinals, to the semifinals, it's just, the social media will blow up, the jerseys will sell out. You're just looking at those 3 years right now, we have been so global. Hello Hogus. Aslan parçası. Evet Türk'üm. Biraz Türkçe konuşuyorum. Gürbetçiyim. İyi misin? Nice to see some on the chat. How happy are you, Hogus? En büyük cimbom. Türk'üm, evet. Yeah, so Gardi is, yes, he's earning money, but he is also doing so much correct for our club. Hogus, what's your prediction for Champions League? Hogus, to be honest, it really depends on who we are going to play against, and what our schedule will be for the Champions League matches. But I hope at least the final 24, and from there just take it as bonus. I think that's realistic, but of course quarterfinals or semifinals would have been insane, What do you think? What's your prediction? And what do you think we need to transfer? Are you happy? Of course, we need a goalkeeper, but is it something more you want us? What do you think we need? Because I think we right now, of course, need a goalkeeper. And see that many are happy with Gunnar. I'm also really happy with Gunnar, but I think we need a really good goalkeeper, to be honest, because Gunnar was fantastic in the cup games, but again, it's something I'm not like 100% trusting him on, to be honest, in the aerial duels, for example. But in overall, he's a really good, solid reserve keeper. Hogus, right back, goalkeeper, center back. Merhaba Toray. Nice to see you again. Okay, so you want right back, goalkeeper, and center back. Yeah, you know, it's like you're saying nothing else because we don't need that much transfer. I would also have a central midfielder, to be honest, because I want like a Lemina type who can be young and hungry and can accept to be rotation player. Because I'm not sure about Kaan Ayhan or Berkan Kutlu, to be honest. That's my opinion. Toray, did you go to Galatasaray store yet? Toray, I don't live in Turkey. I live in Norway, but I'm going to buy something there. Did you buy something on the Galatasaray store? I did buy something for my friend. He wanted so much things 2-3 days ago, and he bought for like 15,000 lira. My friend on the Galatasaray store. So and I helped him to buy jerseys, and he wanted magnet. He bought like the Osimhen figure. So yeah, I meant online Osimhen shirt, not yet. I have the last season Osimhen shirt. You know, the black and red? Because I bought the Osimhen shirt because I didn't believe that he would stay. So I wanted just to buy a Osimhen shirt. But it's... Yeah, wait for sure. It's not... I think it's going to use 45 because 9 is busy, 10 is busy. I think 45, yeah. But... I'm going to buy one for sure for this season also. My jersey, my Osimhen jersey, is at my parents' house. I also bought a Muslera jersey, the last green one. So I just needed it. I also have here. I wanted to old shirt with Selçuk Inan. I don't know why the jersey is here. I wanted to take it on, but. Yeah, Toray, and you know the rumors right now about Kerem Aktürkoğlu. I have a Kerem Aktürkoğlu jersey, and if he's going to Fenerbahce or Beşiktaş, I don't know what to do. It's not just lone players; it's it's so unpredictable football, you know. So yeah, lone player, it's a bit dangerous. But I thought like Osimhen was like, yeah, I just have to have his jersey because he had a fantastic season last season, and you think, yeah, yeah, but Toray, that's my thing also. He wanted to leave so much, Kerem Aktürkoğlu. He did everything. He put us in a bad situation. We had to sell him for 11 million euros. And now, 1 year later, he wants to come back. Yes, it's his life, but I just don't know what's... I don't know, man. It's if he wants to go there, he can go there. It's... Yeah. But you know, it's not always greener on the other side, you know. Turkey is if you have money in Istanbul, you live your life there. You have a fantastic life in Istanbul if you have money there. So it's not... I don't think anywhere near it's better than, for example, Turkey is a fantastic country. You see when you... Yeah. Crazy. Surely one team in Europe wants him, Italy or England. Maybe it's just homesick. Yeah, I think it's just homesick. And they're talking about that he got married. I think he's gonna get the children. Tantuni, yeah. Um, I don't know what Kerem is thinking, to be honest. It's um, yeah, yeah, and Turkey is a special country. It's if you are Turk, you have money in Istanbul. I think that's a good place to live. Do you live in Turkey, Tore? Or but if he wants to go to one of those clubs, it's his choice. But can never trust you can never trust players, even if you are selling any players. If they are not coming back, they are not coming back. Living in Canada, okay, yeah, and our club, Tora. It's not like it's usually that we are getting back our old players. If you know what I mean, it's like we are doing business. We are not like playing too much on emotions, Galatasaray. So it even happened with Emre Belözoğlu. He wanted to come to Galatasaray first, but at that time we didn't have money, so he chose Fenerbahce. Emre Belözoğlu is another history. I don't want to talk about him either. But um, you can never trust these players. It's only Galatasaray, and everything else comes second. So did you watch The Arrival? It was crazy. No, can you? I watched clips of it, but I wasn't home. I had like a football exercise. So how was The Arrival? I saw like clips of it. He took picture with disabled fans. He took the Utslu. How was it? Was it good, or was it something special, or as never seen any player like that? Yeah, it's just. But Osimhen deserves it, Tore, because he said no to 90 million euros in the contract length. He said no to so much money. Yeah, I'm saying it. Our fans is the best in the world, I think. One of the best for sure, our fans. It's just insane to. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the flowers. Yeah, because they couldn't fire up because of the fires that's around in Turkey, so they did the flower thing, and that was just so beautiful. And yeah, Gardi said that, and I love that about Gardi, that he's saying that they want a couple of more players. Gardi, again, he's earning money on us. It's no doubt about that, but he is doing us great also. So he is getting really good player for us. Toray, what do you think we need? You're saying probably Ederson, right back, that French guy. Yeah, French guy. Singo, Wilfred Singo, I think that would be a fantastic signing, to be honest. I haven't watched him too much, but the fullbacks we have, they need to be physical in the Okan Hoja's style of play. We have seen that with every players. So Osimhen and two more signings will happen. Yeah, I think like you are saying, probably a right back and a goalkeeper. But do you think okay, you don't want another midfielder, for example, or what do you think? Like a young midfielder, or do you think it's enough with we will go bankrupt if we spend more? Yeah. But that's the interesting thing. I'm not sure. Sion Couch said. Let me see. He said that like we didn't use that much money on the transfer. To be honest, he said like we secure the source of these funds without selling anything. We are paying portion up front. Yeah, you think Berkan could cover up? Yeah, Berkan can be a okay rotation. I'm a bit like some days I'm watching Berkan and I think he's not good enough. Some days he's doing a fantastic job. Berkan is like a bit headache for me, to be honest. Arda Unya is a really special talent, I think. I like his physicality, Arda Unya, and that is his mentality. Um, because Arda Unya is um, he looks so but he looks so promising, but we haven't used him yet. Let me see. The salary is insane, though. How do we get through? Yeah, and about Ozan Kabak. Yeah, but he has been injured for over a year. That's the unfortunate thing about him. Yeah, how do we get sponsorships? How does money come? Toray, first of all, we sold Floria. I'm not sure. This is what the club is saying. We sold Floria for much more amount than we bought Kemerburgas. We got a capital increase with over 230 million euros. We had insane revenue in the stadium things. For example, the VIP places, they are selling it for much. In general, I think they are like a money machine right now, our club. Selling jerseys. We almost sold a 1 million jersey last season. So I think their mindset is that as bigger we are getting, as more money we will revenue. And it seems like we have, because 4 years ago, 3 years ago, it's almost the salary of one player. The salaries we had before with Chikeldao and Morotan, and yeah, it's just, and we're here right now. It's just insane. I don't know either. I don't know either, to be honest. But again, the capital increase, the Floria, the other revenues, the sponsorship. Um, so yeah, what do you think about Semedo? Does Semedo start versus Fener in his first practices in 2 days? Yeah. Hello, Jimbom fanfiction. Yeah, guys, Semedo. I don't think he's gonna start. I think, but Fenerbahce is a bit desperate. To use him also. I wouldn't be shocked if Mourinho just played him, but it really depends on his physical form. And people are like saying, yeah, how do we get money, but not how can Fener buy players? And here is the Sermaya Artrumu, our capital increase. And look how much we got. I think 13.5. I don't remember how much it was in euros. Was it 230 million euros? And we are just increasing much more than Fenerbahce right now. But it just makes sense. Does Besiktas have a chance against Shakhtar? You can never say never in football, but Besiktas played really bad against them in the first game, and now they have sold Gedson also. So I doubt it. Shakhtar was really good. They played out now Besiktas without a doubt. And I don't like Besiktas either. Of course, in Turkey you need to support the Turkish team. You don't need to, but people are saying that. But how much disrespect Besiktas has against us, I'm think it's not. I couldn't care about them, but it's if they're coming through or not. But what do you think, Toray? And because Shakhtar is not a bad team at all. And Jimbom fanfiction, what do you think about the Besiktas game? And what do you guys think about Feyenoord against Fenerbahce? That game's also gonna be a bit. It's gonna be tough for Fenerbahce and Besiktas. Let me see. No chance. I care about the coefficient. Yeah, it's of course important that Turkish teams does well to make it easier for us to come to the Champions League. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But as you're saying, yeah, no chance with Besiktas. It does seems like that, and I think Solskjær, it's how we're saying it in Norwegian. I don't think he's safe right now. And Besiktas are desperate, it's linked. They are linked with Sergen Yalchin or Şenol Güneş, and it's just so. The signings they have done. Okay, we bought Osimhen. Our salaries are high, but look at Besiktas also. Look at Fenerbahce also. They are on our level, I think, but we are having much more revenue. Again, in the capital increase, we had a much more revenue than, for example, Besiktas also. I hope it's not Şenol. Why don't you hope that? Why don't you hope it's Şenol Güneş? Okay. Sergen Yalchin might fix them. Yeah, Sergen is a funny guy, to be honest. I saw rumors for him for QPR. Who? Sergen Yalchin or Şenol Güneş for QPR? I haven't seen that. You're thinking about Sergen Yalchin, about QPR? That would be a mix, for sure. Emre Kaplan is saying, reports, I'm looking at Reddit right now, reports the next two new transfers will be Ederson and Singo. I'm not sure how much we can trust that, but that would be... What do you guys think about Ederson, to be honest? Do you want a goalkeeper that is so good with his feet and maybe I wouldn't say average, but not the very best as defending his goalkeeping? What do you guys think about Ederson? Because I see many are mixed with Ederson. Ertan Suzgun, Gala has made an offer to Manchester City for Ederson worth under 10 million euros with bonuses included. Galatasaray made progress in the yeah. It looked like we are really going hard for Ederson. I don't think Donnarumma would have been that realistic, to be honest. It would have been insane, of course. But I think Ederson, again, I said this in the previous video, his foot are so insane that it would be so... It would be so insane to look at his passes, for example, playing behind the defense to Barış Alper or Osimhen, or in the chest to Icardi. And not only that, but in the build-up, play through the center backs. But again, as I said, like, we have two really good center backs with the ball in their feet. And 90% of the teams are really low against us. It's, of course, thinking about the Champions League, but in the league, for example, I think it's so important to have that goalkeeper who is going to save that match-winning saving. Because to be 1-0 down under Rizes, but I'm just throwing out the number, out the name. It can be difficult, Goals changes matches. So... I think it would be... I would rather have I can't say no to Ederson because he's a really good goalkeeper also. He would not have survived Manchester City if Um, if he had not been good, to save the saves or save the shots and things like that. But in overall, I just want a really, really solid goalkeeper. So, but if we're getting Ederson, I guess I can't say no either. I don't know what you guys think about in the goalkeeper situation. But Wilfred Singo, I think he would be the perfect player for us at right back slash center back because he is so um, he's so physical, he's so fast, and we have seen it. Sasha Boy did so well for us, and yeah, it's just gonna be Ederson, please. Long ball to us, yeah. It would be insane, to look at this, how he would have passed the ball to Osimhen, the ball behind the defense. I think Ederson could have got like 4 or 5 assists to Schalper, to Osimhen, and of course to Leroy Sané. I watched Inter versus Bayern München. I said this in the previous video also. And for example, when Bayern really struggled in their build-up, they just played a long ball to Leroy Sané. He's just so insane fast. And Osimhen is so fast. Schalper is a beast, in the Strasbourg game. He destroyed the Strasbourg defense. So to have those physical players, like I said, I think we are really a European team right now. We are so... just get one good right back right back who can play center back type. And then goalkeeper. I think we almost are good to go. I know that people are a bit concerned about Abdulkarim, but I think with a really strong defense, of course, and Abdulkarim, we shouldn't take it for granted that he has been a really important player for. Yes, I also are a bit like with Abdulkarim, like yes, he has his flaws. He's a bit weak in the offensive marking, but in overall, Abdulkarim has been really strong for us in the past 3 seasons. We have won the championship, and we can't take that for granted either. So this is something I wrote. This is the perfect lineup with 17 foreigners for 4 Turkish players, and it's 3 home ground players, so you can take one more. You can't find a home ground player for sure, I think, to fill up, so you can have 17 foreigners. And this is something just I throw that. It's not my preferred lineup or something. I think Icardi is going to play like that, where Gabriel Sara is playing. We're gonna mix up, But I think like this is something around there, and that's why it's so important that Arda Unyay, for example, got that breakthrough and showed that he can play on those levels, because then we have the fourth Turkish player, because you need that to write it in the Champions League squad. Again, to fill up the foreigner spot, you need to have 4 Turkish players and 4 home ground players. And to not, that we don't need to buy a player like Ahmedcan Kaplan, for example. I watched him a bit also, and he doesn't look so good, to be honest. I think Arda Unyay looks so much more promising. Ahmedcan Kaplan had a serious injury in his knees. So, but again, he could probably blossom under our system also, he's good with his feet. So Osimhen is basically a Turkish player. Yeah, yeah, I love Osimhen. Jimbom fan fiction. If Besiktas gets Sergen Yalchin by September or October, they are screwed. That would be a mess no one can fix. Even if they suck, they should stick with Ole all year. Yeah, it's not easy to be a Besiktas manager either. You can't just sack managers all the time and think that that's gonna work either, because football doesn't work like that. Hello, Sly Cooper. No, it's Norwegian accent. I hope it's bearable, guys. My Norwegian accent. Thank you also for coming. Hello, man. Um, yeah, but Besiktas should. I don't know what they should do, but it's not easy to manage Besiktas at all. And Sergen Yalchin said something like, I haven't he didn't heard about Osimhen before he went to Turkey, so I'm not sure if he's just joking or just trying to make a figure out of him. But it's just I'm not sure about Besiktas. So yes, like Cooper, Scottish Norwegian is probably something around there. Scottish, they have a really crazy accent, I think. So where are you from? But I'm not sure if we're gonna keep Yusuf Demir either. I think Yusuf Demir should go out on a loan. I wrote him here, but he needs to get playing time because Yusuf Demir got talent, but he needs to get playing time, and I don't think he's at that level yet to play for us like 30 games, 20 games. Because Yusuf Demir has technique, he got the passing skills, but he's a bit weak on the decision making. So, Malatya, nice to see you. You're a Galatasaray fan, or? And again, I think we need a midfielder. I didn't write Berkan Kutlu here. Maybe that's a bit harsh. Um, so, yo, bro, why can't I gift subs? How do you do that, Sly Cooper? I'm not sure how. I'm very new to this YouTube thing, so everything is a bit new for me. So I'm not sure why you can't gift subs. If you guys would subscribe, I would really. I'm not sure if you guys are subscribing, but that would mean a lot. And liking the video, of course. I'm really new to this channel, not to this YouTube thing, so everything is new, as I'm saying. So, and I think Salah has done a really good job. He can play everywhere. So, to play this 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 with two strikers, we need that right back who's almost like a center back because we need fast players to take out those counterattacks. And not only counterattacks, but when we are standing so high line with our defensive lines. And that's something Okan Hoxha also said, like he said this on the TV booth, that he doesn't want our goalkeeper list had tall, slow goalkeepers, but we didn't want them. And Donnarumma is a bit like that, but you can't say no to Donnarumma if that's a chance, of course. But you see Okan Hoxha's mindset here. He wants because of our defensive line is so high, he wants like a libero goalkeeper who can read that through balls. And I think, for example, Muslera did a great job there. But and I think Ederson is fitting really good in that what Okan Hoxha is describing. I hear his interview with Asper got postponed to tomorrow. Yes, like Cooper. I think that because of why it got postponed, because of course of Osimhen. But this is from TVB. This interview, it was maybe 4 or 5 days ago with Okan Hoxha, where he's talked about transfers, and he said straight into this in this interview that Nelson is done. he's so done with Victor Nelson. He said like, yeah, we want to sell him. He said it straight away in this interview. So I think it's gonna be something interesting what Okan Hoja is saying. Toray, Ederson is the way to go. Yeah, I think Ederson would be really. I think he will fit perfectly, and not only as his skills, but also that he's South American. And he will blend straight into the South American group with Davinson Sanchez, Icardi, Torreira, who has forgotten. But yeah, it's so strong core in our group. Um, Let me see. I heard from Toray. I heard from my friend that Donnarumma is shit with his feet. Yeah, Donnarumma's weakness are his feet, and he's slow. Donnarumma. He's a slow goalkeeper. He's extremely good goalkeeper. I'm not saying that, but he's slow, and his feet are his weaknesses. I remember in Milan, he was really he really struggled there with his feet. But of course, Donnarumma is a world class goalkeeper in general, and he's asking for insane amount of money, yeah, like Osimhen level money. I heard that also that he wanted the money Osimhen wanted, and Donnarumma has always been difficult in that sense. He got in bad he got in bad terms with AC Milan, and he's got in bad terms with PSG right now. And PSG has signed this goalkeeper, I think, Chevalier. So I don't think Donnarumma would stay. But I saw rumors to Manchester United also. Coach must have gotten frustrated with Nelson antics. Bro wore a hat saying I don't work here. Uh, I need to get that hat. Yeah, but Nelson, it's that I also heard that Sly Cooper. It's not only that, but the way he's been on trainings, I heard. And do you guys remember the Malmö situation where he didn't want he needed to go on the toilet or something that he couldn't change straight away, or he waited so long to get subbed in. He was so slow to get subbed in, Nelson. So it was just some crazy things, I think, and you saw it from from Nelson also. He didn't want to play. And this is something from my dad, but my dad is like, he said something like, Nelson is just trying to destroy us right now. He can be that guy who's don't do those runs 100%. And you saw it also. He was just, and that's so disappointing because Nelson, I think he had two really great seasons for us. So to see Nelson in that bad terms, again, he struggled under Okan Hoja's playing style, to stand high. His skills with the ball, the good teams just pressed on his side. So Victor Nelson struggled, in the build-up. He struggled in the man-man marking to stand high, the offensive marking, what Okan Hoja really appreciate, and what, for example, Arda Unya is fantastic at. Davinson Sanchez is fantastic at it. Abdul Karim is struggling a bit with it, but he's trying his really best. Chevalier is amazing. He killed Fenerbahce last year. Yeah, Chevalier is extremely good goalkeeper, I think, and PSG is not stupid. They know what they're doing. I'm not sure how he is with his feet, but it's strange. He seemed professional. Yeah, but it's, for example, when Davinson Sanchez you remember when Nelson benched Davinson Sanchez? I remember Davinson Sanchez. This is just a small details. Like he made like, come on guys, on the Instagram. He commented on Nelson and Abdul Karim's pictures, like, yeah boys, keep it up and things like that. But then you're seeing Nelson is just, I understand that he wants to play, but to be like that, don't give 100% on the trainings. It's just, yeah, it's I don't know. I'm sad about Nelson because he could be like a good backup, I think. But and I think we said remember the first. Hello, sorry guys. Because again, yeah, sorry. Don't know why that happened, but um, so Nelson was like, I don't know, man. It's just sad because he was so important. I saw Villa made an offer for Barish. We are holding out for 40 million apparently. It would be really bad for us to sell Barish Alper, to be honest, because we need that four Turkish players to have, to have them in our Champions League squad. And to sell Barish Alper would be a huge blow, I think, because who should we then have as a fourth Turkish player? We have Barish Alper, we have Eren Elmalu, we have Abdul Kerim, and we have Arda Unyay. To buy another Turkish player would not be easy at all. So, yeah, I think Barish should stay. But of course, 40 million euros are, of course, insane amount of money. So, I have no idea how Icardi is going to fit in this team. Me neither. Me neither. It's gonna be really tough. Icardi is a fantastic player also. Um, I think he's going to play with two strikers, and I'm really not sure how it's gonna work. That's again why I'm saying that we need that right back who is almost like a center back. So we're going to play like a hybrid 4-4-2 in the defense. We're going to play probably like three in the back. So or five in the back. That the other players are tracking a bit back. One of the wingers are coming a bit more down to help the defense, for example. I don't think Okan Hoja said it also that formation in itself is not so important as long as the players know what to do. I know that sounds it sounds really easy, but if you have, again, I think much can be solved with that right back who is going to be like a center back type, and Singo would be fantastic in that role, I think. So because then he can go as the third center back also. So let me see if it's on other news here. Sorry for the sound, Torai and other listeners. I don't know why that happening. I thought I had fixed that, but let me see. Yeah, Akanji is also Akanji would have been good because he can play left center back, right center back, right back. He can also play left back. But have you seen much of Akanji, or because I'm not like totally, I haven't like watched so much of him, to be honest. But we are interested in him. The one thing I'm a bit concerned about with Akanji is that I think he wants 7.5 million euros in the salaries, and I don't know how much Davinson Sanchez is earning, but that would be like then Abdul Kerim wants more, maybe Jakobs want more, maybe the other defenders want more. He's a huge guy, but not that fast. Okay. Yeah, but he has I don't know. It's something I think they're. The one thing is that he's versatile in his playing style. That he can play right back, center back, left back also. But he's right-footed, right? I think he's right-footed, Akanji. So Good on the ball. Okay. Yeah. And that's something Okan Hoja's really appreciating, from our defenders, especially our center backs, because we are and that what you saw with Nelson, for example, that he wasn't good enough in the build up. So I think I prefer the young French. He will be quicker, which is what we need. Yeah, I also want Wilfred Singo, to be honest. I would have loved to see him. Again, I haven't seen him that much. But as you're saying, he's so fast. He's so physical. He's 190. It's insane. And to be so fast. And he's only 24 years old, I think, or 25. I think he's born in 2000. And I think we need a bit younger players also to in our squad. Let me see. We do so much emergency defending in the Champions League. At least we did last time. We need speed. Yeah. And that's the thing with Okan Hoja also. He's not like changing his playing style to a more defensive style. He wants to stand high with his defensive line. Then you need those really quick defenders. That's so important, man, because Davinson is really quick. If we get that right back who is quick, Jakobs, Eren are also quick. Abdulkarim is not that quick, but that we get that right back who is also really quick would have made so much. I totally agree with you. What is the release clause? You know what his release clause are? Was it something around 20 million euros or? Because I'm seeing that Monaco wants 30 million euros. Yeah, it's our DNA, in Galatasaray DNA. Attack like crazy. Emergency defense. Yeah, we don't have that much system to be. It's been better now in the last years, I think, our system, but in overall, it's not. It's chaotic, It's before I always remember that we couldn't sit still and have a good time watching Galatasaray. It was always hard. Our hearts were always, pumping, and I think the release was 20 to 25. I think it expires soon. Yeah, if it's expiring soon, I hope we have the money. I'm not sure, Tora, how much money we got left. If we have 25, we should. I think he's worth it. I don't know his value, but it should be something like that. I think it also the Turkish national team Montella ball is so weird to watch. 4-3 or 5-2 or whatever. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm not sure if you was on the episode when I talked that my Norwegian friends watched football with me, Galatasaray games or Turkish football. He was like, "What is happening here? Your team is leading 1-0, and why are you getting counterattacks with 4 against 2 when you're leading 1-0 in the 80th minute? Why are attacking so much when you're leading 1-0? It's just then you're giving away a counterattack where the team is 4 against 2. So Turkish football is so weird, man, in that sense. It's what makes it so funny also, I think, at least personally. Turkish football, and to do that in Champions League, yeah, it can really harm you in some sense. And then again, you need those physical players. We also got Lemina, who did a huge job for us. So I don't watch Turkish football with non-Turkish people. Foreign fans don't understand. Yeah, but it's like it's just so different to normal football, I think. It's so little, it's not much system, and plus we're generally crazy. Yeah, man, I'm gonna say it. Me, myself, I am, my emotions are everywhere. And with Turks, we are really emotional, It's, we are not like anybody else, I think, in that sense. Like going to the games in Europe is so quiet. Yeah, it's a different world. It's, people are taking pictures. Yeah, of course, they're taking pictures at our stadiums also, but it's the atmosphere is just so different. and the Turkish people in general are so emotional, and we don't always react logical. Me myself also. It's um, it's the way we are as Turkish people. I think that's something in our bloods, and to have that cold mindset. It's not something we are used to. I think the lack of whistling to the opposition is strange to me. Yeah, it's but that's the thing, in Europe when you're playing against other teams, the other players are getting so hyped, they're like, they're booing at me, I'm so special. No, we are booing at every players, but it's like it happening that you're playing against us, so some players getting hyped about it. It's also dumb sometimes, like what happened to Besiktas toward the end of the Shakhtar game. Yeah, to boo on your own players, it's never good, their fans, yeah, cost them a momentum, big big time. Yeah, yeah. When they got momentum, also they throwed things on the stadium. Besiktas had momentum, and then their fans. You remember Fenerbahce against Sevilla? Fenerbahce were attacking and getting chances. It was a couple of years ago. Then suddenly some of the fans were throwing things at the field. And then the game stopped for like 10 minutes or something. And then Sevilla got, break time, and Fenerbahce just suddenly didn't have that fire. Do you reckon Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should get fired? I don't think he should personally. This man has no wingers. Still, I don't know what you want him to do. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the problem in Besiktas. I think the club in general is the problem. The system, for example, in Manchester United, you need to build the whole club. You need to turn it up and down. As you're saying, Besiktas has no wingers. They also, they are not a team yet either. You saw their left back struggled really. They're just getting some players, and really, like, I don't think like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can choose between the players he really wants. He needs to choose the players who is available, and doing his best from there. So I don't think it's easy at all, But I saw in Norwegian media that he really he loves Turkey. It was the same with Martin Linnes, who played for us. He was like, he had just so much good thing to say about Turkey. Like, he loved Turkey, he loved the Turkish people. He was there when the coup was, I think, in 2016 or something. And he said, like, yeah, that was a bit scary, but overall my time in Turkey was just so fantastic. People here don't know how big Galatasaray is, how big football is in Turkey. So, and it's good to see, especially when you're coming from Norway, where I'm coming from, and to see that Turkey is getting some positive things, because, in West Europe, I'm not sure about the other countries, but it's easy to get that negativity around Turkey, for example, because we are like a bit more unknown to them, about the religion, and I don't know too much about this, but it's good to see that, for example, Linnes, Ole Gunnar Solskjær is talking, warm about Turkey and the Turkish people, not at least. Everyone who's coming to Turkey loves Turkey. It's almost everyone, at least. And yeah, I don't know. You used to live in Austria. Wow, how was that? Was it and how is it different to Canada? But yeah, I don't know about Ole Gunnar Solskjær. It's he had got a really tough job, and it seems like he's done, to be honest, because I have never seen a manager in Turkey who is who is like getting so much not hate, but he's in a downhill right now, and to work him up from there is really, really difficult. So we just have to wait and see. Yeah, I used to live in Austria. I know the problems. It's not really a big problem in Anglo countries. We're different. Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying it's problem uh, in Norway because I have never been. Norwegian people has never done me anything. It's always been great to live there and be raised there, but you can sometimes see it in some different perspectives, if you know what I mean. It's a bit difficult to explain it, but you know when you feel something, or when it's a bit not directly but indirectly in some sense. So yeah, the Turks in Austria are way more conservative. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the same here also, I think. So, but you also have okay, more conservative. Okay. Yeah, because it's groups there that are more conservative, and it's groups that are not. I don't know about the general things in Norway. No, I saw blatant racism in Austria. Okay, yeah, I heard about that in Netherlands too. So, okay, not towards you. That's yeah. It's sad to hear, man. But local Austrian Turks. Okay. So they were racist against the local Austrian Turks, or how do you? Because that's not, yeah. How long did you live in Austria? Was it a long time or? So yeah, it's a bit different, and that's why I'm saying like it's good when some. Uh, no, I didn't. I saw blatant racism in Austria. I'm not sure about the blatant racism. What's blatant? And um, was they were racist against local Austrian Turks, or 1 year? Okay, nice. No, my English isn't perfect either. So, for example, blatant, I'm not sure what that means. So, but it's a problem in the Western Europe, I think, of course, and it's many Turks there right now in the Netherlands, the Germany, Norway, Austria. I'm not sure. Is it many Turks in Canada, for example, or yeah, the locals? Okay, yeah, okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. It's not so much here in Norway, to be honest. I think that's a bit about the culture with the Norwegian people also. They are not so okay. Blatant is obvious. Yeah, that's sad, man. It's yeah, it's a lot now. It's been more like this right now, and lots moved to Canada post earthquake. Okay. Hmm. Canada, I heard really good things about Canada. It's a beautiful country, I heard. So no issues here. Okay, that's good to hear, man. It's not always easy to be a Gurbechi either. You are. It's. I'm not trying to say, oh, it's sad on us or something like that, but some people are really struggling with it. So, um, I think it's like, yeah, the people. I have not struggled so much with it, but I know that people are struggling with it, and that it was obvious racism. It's not fun, man. Being a Gurbach is strange. Yeah, it is strange. You're between worlds sometimes. Yeah, because you're a foreigner in Turkey also. When I've been in Istanbul, the taxi drivers always try to make more money out of me, you know. So yeah, you're between worlds sometimes. I totally agree, especially a nationalist country like Turkey. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. In some sense, it's strange. That's the word. Easy, hard, I don't know, but it's strange because sometimes, of course, I'm proud to be Turkish. I'm Turk, you know, but sometimes you don't feel 100% Turkish. Sometimes you definitively don't feel like a Norwegian either. Even though I also love Norway, but to be in that in the between, it's not always it's really strange. So like for me, for example, my family is my home. I know that's for many in the many cases, but yeah, yeah, it's different. It's strange to be honest. Let me see if it's some other news here. What do you think about the Lazio game, Torei? Our last friendly before the season starts. That's crazy. It's not long until the season starts. Let me see. I think it's especially hard for European Turks, because they are so close and so many. Yeah, it's easy to make a group, you know, of going a bit outside the other nationality. For example, if it's a group of Turkish in Norway, you're going more with them, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know how it is as you said, in Canada. It's a bit more chill. I think it's in many Turks in Canada, or you are so close to the US also. I don't know. It's hard to get hyped for friendlies or Super League. Yeah, we've been used, you know, to I see Super League as Champions League qualifiers. Yeah, it's it's strange. I don't know how long you have been Galatasaray supporter, but I remember it was, yeah, lots these days. Okay, nice. Yeah, but Canada is probably a beautiful country, so I just get hyped for derbies. Yeah, you know, before it was, I don't know how many years back, but like 5 years ago, it was the away games were so difficult. But right now, it feels like we are, you know, uh, we are. How many games has Okan Hoja lost in the last 3 years in the Super League? Is it around 7 games, 5 games? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking too much here. So yeah, I like watching Samsunspor clamoring for a top five. Such a well-run club. Yeah, Samsunspor, Göztepe, they're, you know, doing well. Um, it is some the Turkish teams need to, you know, it's a bit the one thing also when we are getting players for 75 million euros and then the other teams have transfer bans. It's gonna be a huge gap, you know, between the Rizespor and us, for example. It will be a huge gap. So let's see. I have been a fan since I was small. I watched the UEFA Cup win. Nice. For all the shit Başakşehir gets for their political issues, they are also run really well. Yeah, yeah. For Başakşehir to win the league was also something special, you know. So and they did so well for so many years. I didn't watch the UEFA. I watched the UEFA Cup win, but just glimpses of it because I was so little back. I was so young. But I remember my dad couldn't watch the game because he was so nervous. So I remember I ran to my father like he was outside. I ran like, yeah, uh, we won the, screaming and running like, yeah, we won the we won the UEFA Cup. It's just some vividly memories. Let me see. Fenerbahce depth is super impressive as well. They don't. Let me see. On the pens were insane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it was so strange because I read it, in the recent in the when I got older that Turkish football was at so bad level at that time. Fatih Hoxha did some insane wonders with that team. He got like players from lower divisions, and we got Haji, of course, Popescu, uh, Tafarel. So to get those types of players, yeah, that's of course is insane. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know, man. It's some good memories. But I think that was it, Toray. I think we are. Let me see. Seriously, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today without the era. We we didn't even have direct UCL. Yeah, yeah. And one spot. Yeah, and Champions League was way harder. Double group stage. Yeah, didn't we came to the quarterfinals with Lucesco the season after the UEFA Cup. It was something like that in the quarterfinals, I think. And to be where we are today, also, I just really wish that we can go for a European run. That we can go for, yeah, I don't know, final 24 at least. That's also gonna be difficult. I'm not sure what you guys think about um, where we're going in the Champions League, but yeah, that was double group stage as well. It was crazy. Madrid knocked us out. Yeah, it was other times then. I really this team has potential to do well in the Champions League, I think, and that's what Okan Hoxha is wishing for. The board is wishing for, and I saw like something with the goalkeeper also that they wanted a really solid goalkeeper and not take chances because they want to be sure in the Champions League. So top 24 is where Okan Hoxha needs to be or get close. Depends on the draw a little though. We could shafted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying also, Tora. It's not easy to say with the draw either. It's not so black and white either. We can come on the 25th place, and playing against the toughest team in the Champions League. But in just to look at it as black and white, I would have been disappointed if we not have been had come true as top 24. I think it's really time for that. I think anything else would have been disappointed. But again, it's not. It's as you're saying. It really depends on the draw. Also, if you are playing against, let's say, we are meeting Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, it's not going to be easy either. So, and it really depends on what goalkeeper do we get, what right back do we get of that quality. Also injuries playing a big role. So I'm really not. It's a bit difficult to say where we should aim for when we don't have the full squad, I think. But yeah, I'm really curious about that. So and maybe if let's say we're selling Baris Alper, for example, in the transfer window, he's so important for us also. So injuries, form, and we still need to do it well in the Super League. I know it's not the most difficult league anymore, but we are playing really intensively in the Super League also. Okan Hoca's playing style or Galatasaray's playing style, as you said, is always offensive, always man-man pressing, bam, bam, bam, as Fatih Hoca said. So, yeah. I think that was it, Toray. I really appreciate everyone who watched this live video. I hope it was okay. The time is 12 here right now, so I think I need to go to bed. And I hope you enjoyed, man. I hope everyone who watched enjoyed. And yeah, it was a good day today with Osimhen signing. So, and thanks for watching. Thanks, Toray, and thanks everybody else. And hope to